Now, do you? Let me ask you this. I think if someone like music is a very personal thing, and it seems like often when like if I know someone's getting in the vehicle, I change the song if it's something that I think that they're going to judge me on. Do you do that?
I cut it way down, way down. Oh
What
yeah,
which
I really do because I listen to such weird music. Like I have such a like I don't like any like I don't like
certain
folk. I
genre?
don't
Yeah,
like I like pieces of everything.
yeah, me too. Me
So
too.
I'll be listening to a playlist and it'll go from like a hip hop song to like this like Christian worship song to like a bluegrass song to Dave Matthews rocking out for 45 minutes for one
Right.
song. And I'm like, you're just going to judge me no matter what I play. And then you're going to judge me that I'm playing all of these songs. So I'm like, let's just put NPR Talk News.
Yeah. Or if I know
Safe
the
bet.
person, I'll put on something that I know that I've heard them say that they like or something. But sometimes,
I hate when people ride with me because I feel like I have to host them and I have to come up with conversation. And I'm like, I don't know what to talk about. So I end up on these like it never it's funny because like when I'm with multiple people, I like to have a lot more fun and I
yeah.
like to crack jokes. But if it's just me and one other person, I can't be fun and it can't be funny. I have to be serious and I don't understand why.
Do you consider yourself more of a serious person or more of a uh, do you consider yourself more of a serious person and reserved or more like fun loving and laid back?
I think personally internally I'm way more serious. Like everything that I do is so serious. But that's why I love like comedy and I
Yeah.
love making people laugh is because it's like, you just deal with like you're just serious all the time. And it's like you want something to break that. So
Right.
I do things like comedy and like our conversation and stuff as a way to like break through that and to have more fun.
Yeah.
What about you?
See, I think a lot of thoughts in my mind that I think will be funny, and I was thinking about this in regards to the show, how it's evolved. But in everyday life, I often wonder, do I come off more like serious? You know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
especially like you were talking about one-on-one scenarios. If it's a group, it's a different dynamic than one-on-one. But how often in a one-on-one scenario do you really get to throw in jokes and stuff just talking? Not, not really a lot.
no,
Not really.
no.
So I don't know. I lately like I couldn't tell you. I mean, the big picture, which people can check out on the other people's show channel. But it had some elements of comedy, but I don't think it was an outright like it wasn't a laugh riot, laugh per minute. The same with the Cable Guy; it's got some funny elements, but it's not like a flat out comedy like Bruce Almighty or Ace Ventura, something like that. So I've not watched a flat out comedy. I don't know, like flat out.
Yeah, I watch
Yeah, I don't
when
know.
I rarely watch comedy. I'll watch a comedy with other people,
Same.
especially if it's more like if it's with my sister. Alex and I don't watch comedies, films as much unless it's like date night. That
Right.
movie is so funny.
You
So if
mentioned it a
it's
few times.
if it's something like that, then we will. But the only thing we ever watch that's funny is we'll watch TV shows. Like we watch Parks and Rec
Right.
a lot, and then what's the other one that we watch a lot? I forget whatever. But we'll watch TV shows that are comedies, but we don't really watch comedy
Comedy movies.
movies because I'm almost like never really in a mood to watch a
Same.
comedy.
My mood dictates, or if I'm working on a project, it'll kind of dictate what I watch or listen to. Like with those Amos sketches, season one, I put in all '80s music in every single episode. So for that brief period of time, I listened to '80s music for almost 6 straight months for the most part. And I watched silly or goofy things, and then whenever I was trying to work on something more serious, I would adjust. But that brings up a good point. You were talking about the comedy movies. When you're alone and you watch something, do you laugh out loud? Or if you're alone in a movie theater, do you laugh out loud at a movie? Because I've thought of that multiple times. I don't laugh out loud when it's just myself. I usually only laugh out loud if other people are around, unless it's super super funny.
My sister and I had this conversation because my sister was like, "No, I don't laugh." Like this is my other sister, not the one that watches comedies with me all the time, but the other
Yeah.
one who's a little bit more like not as much into media and stuff. But I do.
You
I
do?
like I watch. I've been watching this show out of Canada called Corner Gas, and
Okay.
it's so random, but it's fun like comedy. If you have Amazon Prime, it's on there for
I'm
free.
actually using somebody's Amazon Prime, so I'll check it out then.
Check it
What's it
out.
called?
It's called Corner Gas. It's
Okay.
quirky. It's dumb, but that's what makes it so much fun. Is that it's like there's not like love triangles or like there's not like these big overarching things. It's just these random Canadians just kind of like doing stupid stuff.
Okay.
So I watch that almost every night. I watch at least 1 to 2 episodes every night before I go to bed, and I I don't know. I laugh out loud. If it's
Okay.
funny, if it's good, I'll definitely smile. But if it's hilarious, then I'll just like lose it. Like
Right. Okay.
I definitely will lose it. But no, I do laugh.
Well, see, I think it was last Friday. No, the Friday before last. I was listening to a Ron and Fez show, and they have 18 years worth of shows. So a lot of them I will re-listen to, but some I'll try to find one I haven't listened to. So I found this one particular episode, and I'd listened to. It was about a 2.5 hour episode. In this one part, I went back and re-listened to this one particular sentence, and it wasn't the most. Like now looking back, it makes me laugh, but it wasn't that it was super funny what he said or anything. It was just the way it was said in the context of the conversation had me driving and crying. I was laughing so loud. I mean, I was literally I thought, and this is no joke, I thought at one point I might have to pull off the side of the road. I bet I listened to it 6 times. And I just, that was the last good laugh. Because I was like, it's a nice cleansing feeling when you get to do that, like laugh, that pure laughter.
Yeah.
And, I don't do that, that hard that often. So that was a lot of fun.
Have you
And
ever watched The Good Place? Have you ever heard of it or watched
yes,
The Good Place?
I've watched all of them. All
Did you see the first episode when one of the funniest moments in the history of television is the first episode when Kristen Bell?
Yep, Kristen Bell.
Yeah. When her and her guy, I didn't watch, Alex watched the whole series. I only watched like 5 episodes.
Okay.
But they're sitting there talking, and that the assistant woman shows up, and they're talking about, either like, she's like, I think I'm in the wrong place. And then he's like, well, I mean, the other place may not be that bad. And then she's like, oh, we can't tell you about it, but here's like a live stream of what's going on down there. And it's just screaming at the top of their lungs.
I think I remember that.
It is one of the funniest moments. Alex showed it to me. We had to watch it 6 times in a row because by the end we were both crying because
it's a pretty funny show. I didn't care for the last season as much, but it was one of the shows that Victoria introduced me to, and I've watched them all. There's a couple series I've watched all the way through with her, but like I'd said before, other than like Saved by the Bell, Seinfeld, that's the only 2 shows I've watched all the way through on my own.
Wow.
Even Californication, which I loved the first couple seasons. Last season, I only made it 4 episodes in. Terrible.
Have you ever watched Parks and Rec?
I've watched the first 3 seasons.
Okay, because that's another Michael Schur who was the executive producer for what is it? The one I was just talking about.
Oh, The Good Place?
The Good Place.
Okay.
Yeah, he was executive producer for Parks and Rec too.
Okay.
And I like that show because you can kind of pick up at any time and it's still good.
Yeah.
But it's just it's so happy, and I really just enjoy the brightness of that show because I really like The Office, but that's kind of a dark show. But
you want to know a secret? This might be a sad secret. I've never watched The Office.
Oh my!
I've never watched it at all.
You've never watched any of it?
No.
Is this like something that you're trying to avoid your
No,
entire life, or you
no.
just,
I mean, I've seen like the. I mean, I'm sure I've seen a scene of it now and then.
yeah.
But as far as like, I'm guessing Steve Carell as Michael Scott.
Oh my goodness.
You know,
It just hurts my soul that you would even just say it like that.
but yeah, I've never, I've never seen, I've never seen that, and I've only seen one episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia as well.
Okay, I've never seen that one.
I've heard that's pretty good. Shelley showed me an episode a few weeks ago, um, but other than that, you know.
We need to do our movie segment one week, and you have to watch the one episode
Okay.
of. Maybe that's what we'll do. I'll watch one episode of a show that you like, and you have to watch one episode of The
Okay.
Office,
That'd be good.
because it is one of the most brilliant. It's so dry. It's so queasy. I think Michael Scott is the greatest character in the history of television.
So I would probably like it if it's really dry then.
Oh, it's so dry.
Now,
I don't know though, but you watch it, you might watch it and be like, "Oh, this is like absolute trash." But
Oh well,
I
I'll check
think Michael Scott is the most complicated, greatest character ever written for television.
Okay, I'll definitely check it out. After we do next week's, whenever we decide to do this, you give me an episode, and I'll watch that particular episode,
Okay.
or even give me two, since we can do two, 2 30-minute or something.